Why did Call of Duty lose its spark? The answer may differ for a lot of us. We all have our own reasons on why this franchise was so important to us, and also why it just doesn't feel the same anymore. A lot of us grew up playing this game, sharing experiences, memories, and a real genuine passion for it. And I want to share why I feel like Call of Duty lost its spark. There's a YouTuber by the name of JasonBeast7 who actually inspired this video. Admittedly, I haven't seen any of his content before finding this, but after taking interest in watching it, it really made me think. He made a video called Why Everyone Quit Call of Duty, which I do highly recommend checking out, link in description, where he talks a little bit about his own personal problems with the franchise. He really hits the nail on the head with many of his points, glancing over microtransactions and the overcomplication of the newer installments. But I think the answer lies in a deeper, more vulnerable place. Identity. Call of Duty has always been experimental with its new releases. Different looks, different playstyles, and a genuine switch up of the overall vibe, all coming from a place of creativity. I don't feel like Call of Duty has kept that same standard for itself in the most recent titles. With the introduction of strict skill-based matchmaking and disbanding lobbies in 2019's Modern Warfare is where the frustration in gameplay started to really become more noticeable. I often attribute this title to Call of Duty's downfall, although I do seem to be in a minority of players who actually dislike this title. Innovative in its prime? Absolutely. But I feel it contributed to a lot of systems that should have stayed in 2019, but have carried over to the more recent titles, making them feel soulless in a way. Features such as skill-based matchmaking, disbanding lobbies, the complication of maps, the gunsmith, changing features that worked for a reason. On top of the core gameplay, the influx of aggressive monetization at the cost of the game quality only disconnects the player base further. To keep the people hooked, there must be a change in games. For example, Apex Legends used to be great at this. A new legend, a new weapon, and a new meta. Every season. The gameplay switched, the strategies, the playstyles, the mindset. With Call of Duty, a new change seems to just be monetization. Now, I do admit that it is difficult to change gameplay and metas up every season when the biggest meta switch that they can really do is just add a new weapon. But that's why the release of a new title has to be so strong and distinctive to keep those players invested for that year that it's out. Look at the difference from Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, for example. The dynamic between Black Ops 2, Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, and Black Ops 3 was unique in the perfect progression to keep players engaged in a new look for each installment. Then comes Infinite Warfare, which was highly looked down upon for its similarity to Black Ops 3. Now look at 2019's Modern Warfare and up. Modern Warfare was a massive switch up from Black Ops 4, which captivated many people and kept players very engaged for that year. But when you think of each installment afterwards, they start to feel less one of a kind. For some, it's an art style, and for most, it's the systems, but it gets harder and harder to really see the captivating difference. Specific examples being 2022's Modern Warfare 2 and 2023's Modern Warfare 3, already named after previous installments, and Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 all in sequence. They lack change. As primarily a zombies player myself, the creativity from Mob of the Dead all the way to Black Ops 4 was a one of a kind from the works of Jason Blundell and the Zombies team. Although some maps were better than others, all were unique and offered different looks at the game mode, giving the Zombies community something to be excited for and genuine new content coming from a passionate team. The drastic changes in gameplay kept new releases innovative and interesting, keeping the community tight and enthusiastic. With the disbandment of Jason Blundell beforehand, Cold War took a shift. I still consider this Zombies good and innovative in its own ways, but it started to integrate multiplayer systems that just didn't sit all too well and only got worse over time. Now Zombies feels like Warzone. Armor plate mechanics, custom loadouts, and a map structure that feels more like missions than a hunt for well thought out clues and Easter eggs. I don't know exactly what caused this disconnect. Maybe it's greed, maybe it's miscommunication between the players and the developers. We will never be able to pinpoint what exactly went wrong in the areas we have grown to dislike. Maybe it's a lack of passion. Maybe it's passion in other fields and not the ones that we have grown to appreciate. Art is subjective. Maybe I like something that you don't, or vice versa. But this game we have all grown to appreciate was, and still is, in its own right, an art. Regardless of who makes the decisions, there are people who work on these games and have a genuine passion for what they do, and they deserve their props. Although it's not the Call of Duty we once knew and loved, embrace the change and growth. For better or for worse, be thankful that there was. All the memories we share, it all started with just a little spark of passion. So find your passion and run with it. Make something with it, whether it's from Call of Duty or something else. Make something that you are proud of and something that you are passionate about. I've heard that the new Zombies map Totenreich was pretty good actually, so go try it out for yourselves. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't, but go enjoy what you have. You may wish for this time back one day. So have a good day, stay safe, and stay passionate. I'll catch you in the next video.